Hello everyone, and welcome back to Everyday Husband Quotes, the channel for marriage advice, marriage entertainment, and everything else marriage. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in a recent IG live, Lateshia Pearson and Marie Monroe from the show Belle Collective went live to address Marie's breakdown at the brunch, and so I'm going to play that video in just a moment. But before we get into that video, on the last episode, which was episode 3, Lateshia Pearson mentioned in the confessional that the Farish Street project idea was stolen by this new woman on the show named Akeisha Holly. And Akeisha actually responds to that comment. Take a listen.
I'm so glad to see what people really think and what they're saying about me. Whew, child. But y'all see what tonight's shirt says. I don't compete. I set standards. And I will never, ever apologize for those standards being high. I mean, I set the bar. So, but what the funniest thing was to me out of the whole episode tonight is that I stole somebody's idea. Wait. Y'all, when I tell you I literally spit my tea out, whoo child, wait a minute. I stole somebody's idea. I stole somebody's idea about Fair Street. Whew. But anyway, I digress.
So that was Akeisha, and y'all, she was tripping, okay? I don't think she's trying to steal the project from Lateshia Pearson for herself, but I do believe Akeisha is trying to take over, honey. She just got that takeover spirit right now. And so it seems like Lateshia Pearson and Akeisha Holly will be beefing all season, because Lateshia just went off on Akeisha the other week and called her a hating woman who is looking for her moment. So take a listen to this, and then we're going to get into Marie's breakdown at the brunch.
People just be hating, man, just looking for a moment. Like, what? You learn the formula. Like, don't play with me. Don't play with me. Yeah, she's definitely a hater, like, came out of nowhere with it. Like, girl, we all know what it is. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? It's just a brunch. Like, I hate that you guys have to see brunches like that. You know what I mean? These are definitely empowerment brunches. The intentions behind brunching, you know what I mean? And bringing women together, period. But don't play with me. I think a lot of times what happens is that women mistake, not women, but a lot of people, they tend to mistake women of empowerment for pushovers. Don't play with me. Most of the time, women who are genuinely out here trying to empower other women, they come from the savage. They come from the struggle. Don't play with them. I ain't for the 1, I ain't for the 2. Like I said, I ain't for the 20, I'm not for the 30. I ain't for none of that. To be honest, I ain't for none of that. You know what I'm saying? Now keep me on positive. I love being on positive. Keep me on positive, for real.
Now, honey, all I got to say is I really likes, okay? I know that's not proper grammar, but I like it. I hadn't seen the side of Lateshia. So go off, sis. Go off. Now, getting into Marie's breakdown at the brunch, Lateshia really took ownership and said that she should not have invited Marie in the first place. But in my opinion, Marie is a grown woman, and she should have made that decision herself to cancel at the last minute. Marie is only responsible for herself, honey. And we all know that Marie was going through a lot at the time. Everything was hitting her at once, and her friendship with Latrice was non-existing at the time. And Lateshia put them in a room at the same table to play a game, which forced them to be in one another's presence. And see, if the shoe had been on the other foot and Latrice was going through all of that, I'm sure she probably would have responded, or maybe simply just left. But she would have responded in such a way as well that she wasn't ready to address whatever situation her and Marie had going on at the time. I'm just saying, people don't think about that. Now, I believe that Lateshia is really Marie's friend. And that's what I think people don't understand as well, is that Lateshia and Marie are friends for real. And it may have seemed like they were going back to back at each other and they wasn't friends. But when you love somebody that hard, you want the best for them and you want whatever they're going through to work out. Lateshia really cares about Marie, and you can really see it. So here's the video of Marie and Lateshia clearing the air about the whole brunch situation. Let me know how you feel about Lateshia and Marie's friendship and Marie's breakdown at the brunch in the comment section. Also about Akeisha and her storming in, honey. Not necessarily trying to steal the Farish Street project, but just take over. As always, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys.
You know, everything that happened that was going on in your life, you were telling me, but you were one of those people who are so strong. You're like, Lateshia, I'm going to show up at your brunch. I'm going to show up. And just looking back at it, it's like, damn, I should have been like, Marie, just stay at home. You know what I mean? Everything that you had going on.
And then too, just to kind of piggyback off of that, you know how when we're going through things, the first thing when we're at home, the first thing, you know, you tell your friend, you know what, you're going through so much. Get out the house. Go and be surrounded by family or friends that just kind of get your mind off of everything that you're going through. So, you know, for people to hear people say, you know what, you should have stayed at home. But a lot of times when we stay at home and go through things, the first thing that we tell our friends and our loved ones, you know what, get out the house. You need to be surrounded by people, by your friends and family, you know, to kind of take your mind off of everything that you're going through. Yeah. So that was kind of like, you know, my thing, you know, to kind of, you know, get out the house and just, I wanted to get out to be uplifted and empowered. You know, a lot of times, like for me, I'm always doing the uplifting and doing the empowering. You know, I'm human. I believe. I go through things. So it was just that moment of me getting out, being surrounded by you ladies.
Yeah.
And I needed to be empowered and uplifted. It wasn't the time for me to do the uplifting and empowering. So that was the headspace that I was in at that particular moment.
Right. And I just feel like in that moment, as your friend and just everybody that was there, again, these women were definitely handpicked at that moment to come because we were all going through something. So even for me, that falls back, and I'll take full responsibility, you know, with that, because it was so small and intimate, where women, everybody at that table, they were experiencing something, whether they want to admit it or not. But they were, and for us to be in a room to empower each other, and it's like we're all going through something. There's no, no big eyes and look you.
Right, and see, that was the thing, you know.
And I hate it went that way.
Right, we all was dealing with something, you know. Each lady in that room, you know, we were all dealing with something.
Yeah.
You know, and like for me, you know, I was going through a lot, and I needed to be uplifted and empowered. I wasn't in a position to be trying to empower and uplift someone else, you know.
And then
you see what I'm saying?
Absolutely. But and I think that for me, even in that moment, that's why I said I feel like, and we shared that before, that I feel like letting something take over me, because people fail to realize that when you're going through something yourself, that's when the best of you come out and you're able to empower someone else. And seeing your face in that bathroom and just seeing how your skin started to change colors, and you were angry and you were very, very upset, and a lot was on you, not to mention everything that was Raven. And I was like, oh my God. In that moment, I should have just, been like, Marie, leave. But there are so many sides to you, and there are good sides to you. And I always tell you, and I want people to see that. But in that moment, you did have a lot going on. So I appreciate you for coming out to support a friend, to support me in that moment. I just wish that it didn't play out like that. We're going to always keep it a buck, that it didn't play out like that. And,
And you know what, Tisha, in that moment, I mean, you know how I am. I'm very transparent, and I'm always be true to myself.
Yeah.
So when you first pull the name out of the hat, of course, we failed for 3 hours.
Yeah.
The viewers only get to see maybe 3 to 5 minutes of that clip.
Yeah.
So when you pull Mel's name, I instantly said, I need to be uplifted. I need to be empowered. I'm here for that. That part didn't get played. See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that part got omitted So your next pull was Latrice. So in that moment, how can you empower someone who took part in trying to ruin your business? How can I empower somebody like that? I'm human. I'm a realist. What do I say? So the best thing to do is to not say nothing at all. If you can't say something good, and I'm sorry, y'all, I've lost my voice and I'm trying to get my voice back. The best thing to do is not to say nothing. Don't say nothing. If you can't say anything good, just don't say nothing. So I decided in that moment to just get up and just leave. It's time for me to go. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I did.
Joshua.
Yeah. So, that's what I did.